One sunny day, Peppa Pig and her family went for a walk in the forest. As they wandered through the trees, they came across a strange old man with a long white beard. He introduced himself as Mr. Wizard and offered to take them on a magical adventure. Peppa and her family eagerly agreed, and Mr. Wizard led them deep into the heart of the forest. As they walked, he explained that they were on a quest to find a magical crystal that would grant them one wish. Peppa was excited by the prospect of having a wish come true and couldn't wait to see what adventure lay ahead. As they journeyed deeper into the forest, they encountered all sorts of magical creatures, from talking squirrels to flying unicorns. At last, they came to a clearing in the forest where a shimmering crystal lay on a pedestal. Mr. Wizard explained that they would need to solve a riddle to claim the crystal. The riddle was tricky, but with teamwork and clever thinking, Peppa and her family were able to solve it. With the riddle solved, the crystal glowed with a bright light, and a magical gust of wind swept through the forest. Peppa felt a tingle in her toes as the crystal granted her wish. She wanted to be able to fly like a bird. Suddenly, Peppa found herself lifted into the air, soaring above the trees and swooping through the clouds. Her family watched in amazement as she twirled and danced in the sky, free as a bird. As the sun began to set, Mr. Wizard led them back to their home. Peppa felt happy and content, knowing that she had experienced a truly magical adventure. And she realized that sometimes, the greatest adventures are the ones that take you by surprise. From that day on, Peppa never forgot the wonder and joy of her magical adventure. And every time she looked up at the sky, she remembered the feeling of flying high and free, and she smiled with delight. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe our channel to watch more videos.
Once upon a time, there was a little bird named Tweety, who lived in a forest with all of her friends. Tweety loved to sing and play, but she was also very curious about the world around her. One day, Tweety noticed that her friend, a caterpillar named Crawly, was feeling down. She asked Crawly what was wrong, and Crawly told her that he was sad because he wanted to fly but couldn't. Tweety felt terrible for her friend and decided to help. She asked all of the other birds in the forest if they knew of any way to help Crawly fly. Some of the birds laughed and said that caterpillars could never fly, but Tweety refused to give up. Finally, she asked an old owl who lived in the forest. The owl told her that Crawly could spin a cocoon and eventually turn into a beautiful butterfly, and then he would be able to fly. Tweety was so excited to tell Crawly the good news, and she helped him spin his cocoon. After a few days, Crawly emerged as a beautiful butterfly, with colorful wings and the ability to fly. Tweety and all of her friends were so happy for Crawly, and they all flew together, singing and playing in the sky. From this story, the moral is, don't give up on your dreams, and always help your friends. With determination and a little bit of help, anything is possible. Thanks for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel for more video. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs who lived in a small village. They were brothers, but they were very different from each other. The first little pig was lazy and liked to play all day. He didn't like to work or save his money. So, when it was time for him to build his own house, he made it out of straw. The second little pig was a bit more responsible than the first. He liked to have fun, but he also knew the importance of hard work. He built his house out of sticks, which was a bit stronger than the straw house of his brother. The third little pig was the most responsible of them all. He was hardworking and always saved his money. He wanted to build a house that would protect him from any danger. So, he built his house out of bricks, which was the strongest material he could find. One day, a big, bad wolf came to the village. He saw the houses of the little pigs and wanted to eat them. He first went to the straw house of the lazy little pig and blew it down easily. The little pig ran to his brother's house made of sticks, but the wolf blew that down too. So, they both ran to the third little pig's house made of bricks, which the wolf could not blow down. The three little pigs and the wolf started to have a conversation, and they realized that the wolf was actually a kind-hearted creature who was simply hungry and needed food. The three little pigs invited the wolf to share their food and became good friends with him. From that day on, the three little pigs and the wolf went on many adventures together. They explored the woods, played games, and had fun. The little pigs learned that it's always better to be kind and make friends instead of judging someone based on their appearance. The moral of the story is that hard work and responsibility pay off in the end, but it's important to be kind to others and not judge them based on their appearance. Thanks for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel to watch more videos. Once upon a time, Peppa Pig and her little brother George were playing outside in the snow. They were having so much fun building snowmen and having snowball fights. Suddenly, they saw a beautiful winter princess walking towards them. The winter princess was wearing a glittery dress made of ice and snowflakes, and a sparkly crown on her head. She introduced herself to Peppa and George and invited them to a magical winter wonderland. Excited, Peppa and George followed the winter princess into the woods. As they walked, they saw the trees covered in sparkling snow, and icicles hanging from the branches. They could hear the sound of sleigh bells ringing in the distance. When they arrived at the winter wonderland, they saw a huge ice palace with snowflakes falling from the sky. The winter princess led them inside, and Peppa and George were amazed at what they saw. The palace was filled with rooms made entirely of ice and snow. In one room, there was an ice slide that led to a pool of warm water. In another, there was a snowball arena where they could have snowball fights. They even got to meet some magical snow creatures, like talking snowmen and ice unicorns. As the night went on, Peppa and George started to feel tired. The winter princess noticed and led them to a cozy bed made of fluffy snow blankets. They snuggled up and the winter princess told them a bedtime story about the Snow Queen and her adventures in the winter wonderland. Peppa and George drifted off to sleep, dreaming about their magical adventure with the winter princess. When they woke up in the morning, they found themselves back in their own backyard, covered in snow. They looked around, wondering if it had all been a dream, but they could still see the sparkle in their eyes from the amazing night they spent in the winter wonderland with the beautiful winter princess. Thanks for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel for more videos.
Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a magical island made entirely of chocolate. The island was called Choco Island, and it was ruled by the kind and gentle Queen Coco. Queen Coco lived in a magnificent ice cream house made of vanilla and sprinkles. She had a team of little chocolate fairies who helped her make the most delicious chocolates, cakes, and candies in the land. One day, a little girl named Lily stumbled upon Choco Island while sailing on her boat. She had never seen anything like it before. The island was covered in chocolate rivers, candy trees, and marshmallow mountains. As Lily explored the island, she met the chocolate fairies who greeted her warmly and offered her a tour of the island. They showed her the candy cane forest, the lollipop lake, and the caramel cave. Lily was in heaven. She tasted all the chocolates and candies she could find, and they were all so delicious that she wanted to stay on the island forever. But then, she remembered her family and friends back home. She knew they would be worried about her, and she didn't want to make them sad. So, she asked Queen Coco if she could go back home. Queen Coco smiled and said, "Of course, my dear. But before you go, I have a gift for you." She handed Lily a magic chocolate wand and said, "This wand will bring you back to Choco Island whenever you want, and it will also make all your chocolate dreams come true." Lily was overjoyed. She thanked Queen Coco and promised to come back and visit Choco Island soon. As she sailed away, Lily waved goodbye to the chocolate fairies and the ice cream house. She knew she would miss them, but she also knew that she had a magical wand to bring her back to the land of chocolates whenever she wanted. And so, Lily went back home, but she never forgot about Choco Island and the wonderful memories she had made there. She would often use her magic wand to visit the island and share the chocolates with her family and friends. And they all lived happily ever after, enjoying the sweetness of Choco Island together. Thanks for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel for watching more videos. Once upon a time under the sea, lived a little mermaid so full of glee, with a tail of shimmering green and blue, and eyes as bright as the morning dew. She longed to see the world above, and gaze upon the land she so dearly loved, with all its wonders and curious things, and the joy that only adventure brings. One day, she swam to the surface with delight, and saw a ship sailing in the moonlight, with music and laughter, and people so grand. She knew she had to see this wondrous land. As she swam closer, she saw a prince so fair, and his handsome features, she couldn't help but stare. He was as lovely as the stars in the sky, and the mermaid knew she had to try. She sought out the sea witch, who gave her a spell, to make her legs appear, and walk and dwell on land, with the humans, but with a price, her sweet voice, which made her so nice. The mermaid agreed, and made her way to the prince, hoping he would stay by her side forevermore. But alas, it was not to be, and her heart was sore. But the mermaid learned that love was not just about being with the one you cannot live without, but also about kindness, and sacrifice too, and doing what is right, even when it is hard to do. So, she gave up her voice, and saved the prince, and though her heart broke, she did not wince, for in her sacrifice, she found true love, and a reward from the heavens above. For though she could not speak, her love was shown, in every act, and every gentle tone, and in the end, her wish was granted true, as she became a human, with a heart so pure and new. And so, dear children, this is the tale of the little mermaid, who did not fail to find true love, and a heart so kind, and that's what truly matters, in the end.
Once upon a time, in a peaceful meadow, there lived a clever and resourceful rabbit named Oliver. Oliver loved nothing more than outsmarting the other animals in the meadow, and he was always thinking up new and creative ways to get ahead. One day, Oliver heard that the nearby vegetable garden was full of delicious, ripe carrots, and he knew that he had to get his paws on them. But the garden was guarded by a fierce and intimidating dog, and Oliver knew that getting past him would be no easy feat. Undeterred, Oliver put his thinking cap on and came up with a plan. He approached the dog and struck up a conversation, pretending to be interested in hearing all about his heroic adventures and daring feats. As the dog bragged and boasted, Oliver slyly made his way into the garden and began nibbling on the delicious carrots. He was so engrossed in his feast that he didn't realize that the dog had caught onto his plan and was now chasing him down. But Oliver was no ordinary rabbit. With lightning-fast reflexes and a quick mind, he darted and weaved through the garden, dodging the dog's snapping jaws and narrowly escaping his grasp. Finally, after a thrilling chase, Oliver made it back to the safety of his meadow, carrots in hand. The other animals cheered and marveled at his bravery and ingenuity, and Oliver basked in the glory of his victory. And so, the moral of the story is that with cleverness, quick thinking, and a little bit of courage, we can overcome even the most daunting challenges and come out on top. By using our brains and staying one step ahead, we can achieve our goals and succeed in life.
Once upon a time, in a land of ice and snow, there was a little penguin named Percy. Percy loved to play with his penguin friends, swim in the icy waters, and slide down the snowy hills. But one night, as Percy lay in his cozy igloo, he found that he just couldn't fall asleep. He tossed and turned, feeling restless and anxious. He thought about all the things he needed to do the next day, and worried that he wouldn't be able to keep up with his friends. But then, Percy remembered something his wise grandfather had told him. Grandfather had said that when he had trouble sleeping, he would imagine himself in a peaceful, calming place, where his worries would disappear, and he would be able to relax and fall asleep. So, Percy decided to give it a try. He closed his eyes and imagined himself in a beautiful, snowy forest. The snow was falling gently, covering everything in a soft, white blanket. The trees were tall and majestic, their branches swaying in the breeze. As Percy looked around, he noticed a little bird perched on a branch. The bird chirped a sweet melody, and Percy felt himself becoming calmer and more relaxed. He took a deep breath and felt the crisp, clean air filling his lungs. Percy continued to explore the forest, feeling more and more peaceful with each passing moment. He saw a family of deer walking through the snow, their gentle movements soothing him. He watched as a stream of water flowed gently through the forest, and felt the calming sound of the water washing away his worries. Finally, as Percy lay in the snow, he felt his eyes getting heavy. He breathed deeply, feeling the peacefulness of the forest enveloping him. And before he knew it, he had fallen asleep, dreaming of all the wonderful things he would do the next day. From that day on, whenever Percy had trouble sleeping, he would imagine himself in the snowy forest, and would breathe deeply and relax. And he would always drift off to sleep, feeling calm and peaceful. And so, the little penguin learned the importance of rest and relaxation, and he lived happily ever after, exploring the snowy land around him and always getting the rest he needed. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe our channel for watching more videos.
Once upon a time, in a sunny meadow, there lived a proud and boastful rabbit. And a slow but steady tortoise. The rabbit loved to show off his speed and agility, and often teased the tortoise for being so slow. One day, the rabbit challenged the tortoise to a race. The tortoise accepted, knowing that he wasn't the fastest, but he was determined to do his best. As the race began, the rabbit quickly raced ahead, leaving the tortoise far behind. The rabbit felt so confident in his speed that he stopped to rest and take a nap, thinking that there was no way the tortoise could catch up. But while the rabbit slept, the tortoise kept moving forward, slow and steady. He didn't give up, even when he felt tired or discouraged. When the rabbit woke up and saw that the tortoise was almost at the finish line, he raced forward, hoping to catch up. But it was too late, the tortoise had already won the race. The rabbit felt ashamed and embarrassed for underestimating the tortoise and being so boastful. He apologized to the tortoise and admitted that he had learned an important lesson about the value of perseverance and humility. From that day on, the rabbit and tortoise became good friends. The rabbit learned to appreciate the tortoise's slow and steady approach to life, and the tortoise learned to admire the rabbit's energy and enthusiasm. And whenever they saw each other, they smiled and remembered the day that they had learned an important lesson about the power of determination and humility. Thanks for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel for more videos.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Lily, who dreamed of going on an adventure in space. She loved looking up at the stars at night and imagining what it would be like to visit other planets. One day, Lily's dream came true when she met a friendly alien named Zork. Zork was from a planet far, far away and had traveled through space to explore new worlds. Zork invited Lily to join him on his spaceship, and together they flew through the galaxy, passing by colorful planets and shooting stars. They even saw a giant planet made entirely out of ice cream. As they traveled deeper into space, they encountered a group of mischievous space creatures who were causing trouble on other planets. Lily and Zork knew they had to help, so they used their wits and their spaceship's special gadgets to stop the creatures from causing any more chaos. After a long day of space adventure, Lily and Zork returned to Earth, feeling exhausted but happy. They promised to stay in touch and explore more of the galaxy together in the future. From that day on, Lily knew that anything was possible if she dared to dream and believe in herself. She continued to look up at the stars at night, knowing that there was a whole universe waiting for her to discover. Thanks for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel for watching more videos.
Once upon a time, there was a lion who was very proud of his strength and power. He felt that he was the most important animal in the jungle and that no one could challenge him. One day, while he was roaming through the jungle, he saw a small mouse who was trying to run away from a cat. The lion thought it would be funny to see the mouse get caught, so he decided to watch. However, when the mouse saw the lion, he ran straight to him and begged for help. The lion was surprised and asked the mouse why he wasn't afraid of him. The mouse replied, "Even though you are strong and powerful, I know that you are also kind and will help me." The lion was touched by the mouse's faith in him and decided to help. He chased away the cat and saved the mouse. The mouse was very grateful and asked the lion if there was anything he could do in return. The lion replied that he didn't need anything, but the mouse was insistent. Finally, the lion told the mouse that if he ever got caught in a trap, the mouse could come and help him. A few days later, the lion was indeed caught in a hunter's trap. He called out for the mouse, who came running to his rescue. The mouse gnawed at the ropes that held the lion until he was free. The lion was amazed at the mouse's bravery and thanked him for his help. From that day on, the two became good friends and the lion learned that even the smallest creature could be a great help. Moral of the story: never judge someone based on their size or appearance. Everyone has something valuable to offer, and it's important to treat others with kindness and respect. Thanks for watching video. Please subscribe our channel for more videos.